Hello, Sagittarius, Sun Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading, So Sag. Today we're going to go over your overall energy as well as your person's overall energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and or moving forward. So with all that being said, Sag, let's get started. What's the overall energy for Sagittarius' reading for today? So we do have it Save Your Love, and then we also have Past Life Relationship. This to me kind of feels like a reassuring energy for someone. There's a possibility, Sag, that you could very well be connecting with somebody that you don't necessarily trust entirely. Like maybe you have like this huge fear that this person's going to hurt you or let you down or disappoint you or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, I'm getting like the Temperance card with this energy, which technically speaking is Sagittarian energy. So you could be dealing with somebody who has a fear that you're going to hurt them, or maybe this is you who has a fear that, you know, you're dealing with somebody who's going to eventually hurt you and disappoint you and let you down. But if you are, you know, in that predicament, I feel like you're connecting with somebody who has pure intentions when it comes down to you. Now, if the reading, you know, obviously in the message is resonating vice versa, then it's resonating vice versa. But let's get started. Let's see what's going on, Sag. We're gonna focus on you first, and then we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. Also keep in mind time is fluid. So this could either currently be happening or maybe happening at a later date. How does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? We have the High Priestess, okay? We have the Three of Swords. And then we also have the Three of Wands. Okay. I feel like you're trying your hardest to remain optimistic here when it comes down to this connection that you currently find yourself in. But with the Three of Swords coming out here, because there's that level of the unknown, right? Wrapped up in all this, it does scare you. It does totally scare you because you don't know at the end of the day what to honestly anticipate and or expect. You don't know. You just don't know. And I feel like that really, really does scare you. With the High Priestess coming out here, that's kind of telling me that everything that you're currently going through within your relationship with this person, you're not really telling people about it. Like you're not confiding in close like family members and close friends. Like you're just kind of going through like the emotions, in other words, all by yourself. Is basically what I'm getting so far off of your energy. Okay. How does this person currently view their relationship? Okay. Jeez, we got the Knight of Wands to the Eight of Wands. Okay. This person, over here, they have a lot of love for you. A lot of love for you. A whole lot of love for you. They also have a whole lot of lust for you and a whole lot of desire for you. This is that type of person that comes off to me as somebody who would literally do anything for you. Like, I'm kind of getting like an energy of like obsession with this one over here. I am definitely getting that. Like, yeah. I am definitely getting like an energy of like obsession with this one over here. Like I don't know, like I feel like this person's like obsessed with you. I feel like this person's like infatuated by you. I am getting that strongly off of this person's energy. Okay, let's keep going. How does Sag currently feel? Are you an overthinker? I feel like you're an overthinker. I also feel like you look extremely deeply into things. I'm also getting that as well with you. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this person is someone that you would love nothing more but to experience this happily ever after with. You know what I mean? I just kind of feel like you just kind of find yourself, right? At times, you know, thinking about the future and like dwelling on but what if this happens and what if that happens? Like, I just feel like you're really in your head when it comes down to, you know, this person and your relationship with them. You know, what's interesting with you is that I feel like when you find yourself, you know, living in the present moment, right? With this person, you know, you find yourself for the most part very centered, right? Because you're living in the present moment. You're trying your hardest to like remain grounded, things of that nature. But it's like the moment you get into your head and you start like thinking about the future and but what if they do this to me, and what if they do that to me, and what if they put me through this, and what if they put me through that, like it just kind of throws you off, I would say, like energetically speaking. It's like it's weird with you. It's like you find yourself living in the present moment with this person. Everything's good, everything's butterflies, rainbows, and ponies and stuff, and then boom, you just randomly start getting into your head about your relationship with this person. It causes you to overthink things, and it causes you to think about the but what if this and what if that. You know what I mean? I am definitely getting that you find it very, very hard to just take it day by day and live in the present moment and not worry so much about the what if this and what if that. Okay. I feel like you're like a little bit of a overthinker. I am getting that. Okay. How does this person currently feel? Doom, 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 doom. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the Nine of Cups. This person's really freaking happy with you. Really freaking happy with you. And they're very much so in love with you. Like, this person looks at you like you're like the perfect person for them. I am definitely getting that strongly off of their energy. You could be dealing with a water sign strongly, so a Cancer, Scorpio, maybe even a Pisces, or a fire sign strongly, so an Aries, Leo, Sag. You can also have some air out here as well. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I would say the only thing that they don't like about their relationship with you would have a lot to do with, you constantly overthinking things and constantly thinking the worst, when it comes down to them. And I mean, I understand where they're coming from. I do. I understand where they're coming from because a lot of you, find yourself thinking at times, is this person cheating on me? Is this person entertaining somebody else? Is this person serious about me? Things of that nature. Well, if this person really didn't, this person comes off to me as somebody who's super simple and I'm totally here for it. This person doesn't really understand why you think the way that you think about them, to be honest, because like in their eyes, right, if they really didn't want to be with you, like they wouldn't have continued to remain with you. They wouldn't have went as far as to like try to come together with you and build towards a life that you guys currently have with one another. Like they just kind of look at you know they just kind of look at you with a boatload of like confusion because they just don't understand like why you think the way that you think about them, especially because I feel like this person has definitely proven to you that they're all for you and only you. Is basically what I'm gathering here off of their energy. So I feel like they tend to kind of look at you like you're like it's like they look at you like you have 10 heads. Like why would I cheat on you? Why would I do this? Why would I do that? Like, sounds like a waste of time to me. Like, this is that type of person that if they wanted to be single and free and entertain a boatload of chicks or boatload of dudes, they would have just done that. You know what I mean? They just would have turned around and done that instead of like being in a relationship with you and then doing that on the side, because they kind of look at it as like that's like a whole lot of work and I don't want to do that. This person just like I said comes off to me as somebody who just doesn't understand like why you think the way that you think about them, and why you assume the things that you assume about them. Like they just don't understand you is like the best way that I can describe what I'm seeing here, especially because I feel like this person has definitely invested a whole lot into you and their relationship with you. And if they just wanted to fuck around, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't be doing all this extra stuff. You know what I mean? If that was the case, like they wouldn't be doing all this extra stuff. They wouldn't be in a relationship with you and then do something like on the side, because they view that as something that just requires too much energy and effort from them. And they're not trying to do that, especially because they already have a lot on their plate. They're not trying to add a whole nother chick to the equation. They're not trying to add a whole nother dude to the equation. That they look at it as like, yeah, that's too much fucking work. I don't want to do that. Yeah. And they personally don't want to like deal with half of the shit that they have to deal with in life. So to add another person like into the equation, like they're just like, yeah, no, that's too much freaking work. I don't want to do that. rather not do that. You know what I mean? Like that's like you know, your person's very simple. You know, very very simple, which I like, to be honest. I like the fact that this person's simple. Makes my job easier, right? But what actions will Sag take towards this person or moving forward? Okay. All right. Sag. You may not be consciously aware of this. But I feel like there's like a reason why you're going through everything that you're going through. This connection between you and this person is highlighting to you the things that you've been struggling with for a very, 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 very long time. Okay. I am definitely getting that. Okay. This connection is just highlighting all of that to you. It's highlighting, you know, the fact that you may have trust issues. It's highlighting the fact that you might have abandonment issues. It's highlighting a lot of things to you, but it's things that you've been struggling with. I almost want to say for years, even way before you even met this individual. I am definitely getting that strongly. The problem is the way that you're perceiving all of this, which I don't necessarily agree with. It's like you're perceiving everything that you're currently feeling and experiencing on your end as a sign from the universe or something, or like your intuition is trying to tell you something, I guess, about this person. But it's not like a sign or anything like that from the universe, or that your intuition is trying to tell you anything. I just kind of feel like you've been struggling with this fear of abandonment. What else? You just so happen to come across to me as somebody who also has, you know, trust issues on top of that. Like, I just feel like you've been struggling with all of this for many, many years, way before you even met this actual individual. I just don't feel like you're taking that into consideration. Like, if you were to think back on your life, right? Even all the way back to like when you were like a teenager, for perfect example, you would basically see for yourself that these are things that you've been struggling with for years, way before you met this person. But it's weird because you're looking at, you know, these trust issues that you're experiencing now and this abandonment issue that you're experiencing now, and then, you know, you kind of find yourself thinking, oh, I got it. You know, the reason why I'm having these trust issues with them, the reason why I have this massive fear of abandonment is because, you know, yeah, they're going to cheat on me and they're going to abandon me and they're going to leave me for somebody else. That's why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. But that's not the reason why you're feeling the way that you're feeling and thinking the things that you're thinking. You know, this is something that has been with you for many, many years, is what I'm getting. Way before you even met this human being, way before you even knew that they existed, is what I'm trying to get you to like see. So I just want to make this clear. You have your trust issues, but you've always had your trust issues. And now that you're with them, it's just being heightened. You know what I mean? You've always had this fear of abandonment, but you've always had it. You know what I mean? It's just being amplified because now you're with them. But it doesn't mean that the reason why you feel like you can't trust them is because they're going to do you wrong one day. It doesn't mean that the reason why you fear that they're going to leave you one day is because they're actually going to do it. It doesn't mean any of those things. What it means is that there's certain things that you have yet to overcome. There's certain things that you have yet to fully heal from. And it's just being brought up to the surface all over again. The main reason why you have these abandonment issues, right? For example, with this particular person, is because you're so emotionally invested, okay? When you're emotionally invested into a person and you already have like this massive fear of like abandonment, it's gonna be fucking amplified because you're emotionally invested. If you were with somebody that you really didn't give a shit about, you know what I mean? You're gonna be straight, you're gonna be good, but that's not the case with you whatsoever. You're emotionally invested, you're emotionally attached. And for somebody who has like a fear of like abandonment, but the moment you become emotionally attached and invested into a person, all of that is going to be fucking amplified. And it truly is. Like, also too, you know, you have trust issues. You've always had trust issues. Possibly even you may have started to develop trust issues when you were a teenager. Again, way before you met this human being over here. Now that you're emotionally attached, now that you're emotionally invested, the fact that you are somebody who has trust issues, well, that's just going to just shoot through the roof, and it's going to be amplified because now you're being put in this predicament to trust someone that literally has your heart in the palm of their fucking hands. And that is very, very scary for you to do because you are somebody who has trust issues and you just so happen to be emotionally attached to this person. Had you not been emotionally attached to this person, I promise you, your trust issues would be at bay. Your fear of abandonment will be at bay. All of this stuff would essentially be at bay, because you're not that emotionally invested. So you can care less if this person leaves you today or tomorrow. You don't really care. But when you're emotionally invested into someone, these are things that, these are things that will eventually come up to the surface. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that they're going to cheat on you. It's not to say that they're going to leave you or anything like that. It's just to say that these are things that you have yet to overcome and fully heal from. And you have the opportunity to do that. Okay? I just don't want you to be under this false impression that, oh, the reason why I have trust issues is because they're going to cheat on me one day. And that's why I'm experiencing trust issues right now. I'm like, I'm also experiencing these like abandonment issues because that means that they're going to leave me for someone else. No, 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 no. It doesn't mean any of that. Like that's a false perception that you have and you created and developed in your brain because you're trying to come up with a logical explanation to yourself as to why you're going through the things that you're going through, and this is why. Now there's a huge possibility, Sag, that in previous relationships you didn't find yourself struggling with this, and this is why you're kind of pointing the finger at them like, nah, it has to be something wrong with them. But the main reason why you didn't experience this with anybody else is because you weren't that emotionally invested. Let's just keep it $150 around here. You weren't that emotionally invested. You weren't that emotionally invested. You just weren't. Okay. You may have grew to care for the person that you were with prior to them and have love for the person that you were with. But to sit here and say that you were ever in love, absolutely not. No, 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 no. So because you weren't that attached or emotionally invested in those previous relationships, you felt comfortable. You felt Gucci. You know what I mean? But now, obviously this is a whole nother ballgame for you. You're emotionally invested, you're emotionally attached. So yeah, your trust issues are gonna go through the roof because you're being put in a predicament to trust somebody with your heart that you just so happen to be very, very much so in love with, and that's a scary fucking thing to do. You know what I mean. Actions. Okay. See, this is the thing, right? Okay. See how you're emotionally invested and it's bringing all this shit up to the surface, like your trust issues, your abandonment issues? Well, they're emotionally invested too, and it's bringing out certain things within them, right? Like the fear of losing you. You see what I mean? Because when you become emotionally attached to someone, if you haven't done the shadow work that you needed to do and the healing that you needed to do, it's going to come up to the surface. It's going to come up to the surface. And in this person's case, what's coming up to the surface for them has a lot to do with their fear of losing you. Okay. So y'all are both struggling with certain things, right? Within this relationship. I think that you're struggling with far more than they are. But y'all are both struggling with certain things within your relationship with one another. You ain't the only one, homie. They have a big ass fear of losing you. But you got to understand, they look at you like you're the best thing that could have ever happened to them. So to potentially face the day of losing you for good is a very fucking scary thing for this person. It's a very fucking scary thing. They know that if they were to ever lose you, how it could drastically turn their whole life upside down. They know that. So this energy alone is telling me that they don't feel entirely safe and secure with you. In other words, they don't feel like they have you for the rest of their life. And the main reason why they don't feel like they have you for the rest of their life has a lot to do with the things that you're going through. There's a possibility that your trust issues and your abandonment issues and your overthinking ways might get too much to the point where you might find yourself feeling like, yo, I can't do this. I can't do this. I gotta go. I can't do this. It's too fucking much. I can't do this. That is a huge ass possibility. You could fall into that energy. And if you do fall into that energy, their hands are tied. What are they gonna do? Like, they can't force you to be with them. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So Just know that you're dealing with somebody who's here to fucking stay. If this was Burger King have it their damn way, they would want you for the rest of their life. Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, they would want you for the rest of their life. Remember when I said in the very beginning, with this energy that came out here for you, this is a reassuring energy for somebody. And this energy is a reassuring energy for you. I understand that you're scared. I understand that, you stop to overthink the hell out of absolutely every little thing. I understand that you're afraid that they're gonna leave you for someone else. I understand all of these things, but there's a reason why all of this is happening to you. And it's 9 times out of 10 because you finally find yourself emotionally invested into a person. Okay, you finally find yourself in love with a person. And with that being said, it's bringing all of these things up to the surface for you, not to influence you to run, but to influence you to run towards, you know, what you're struggling with. All right. So instead of running in the opposite direction of this relationship, you need to run towards your trust issues and your overthinking ways and your abandonment, issues. What do I mean by that? Like if you have to do, your research, to try to find ways to overcome your trust issues, your abandonment issues, your overthinking ways, do that. If you feel like you need, help, like outside help, like going to a therapist, go ahead and do that. Because these are things that you can overcome. I mean, we have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. These are minor cards. These are not major arcanas here. These are minor cards, right? So with that being said, these are things that you could essentially overcome. Overcoming your trust issues is very, very possible. Your fear of intimacy, your, massive fear of abandonment, your overthinking ways, these are things that you could basically overcome. This is not something that you have to live with for the rest of your life, even though it may seem that way to you right now. These are not things that you have to deal with for the rest of your life. These are things that you can overcome, but you ain't going to overcome it unless you run directly towards it or pretend that it's not there. You know what I mean? Like you got to face this head on. Don't shy away from it. Don't run away from it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Just face it and look at it and overcome it. But you got to apply yourself and do what you got to do to overcome this. Because if you were to overcome all of this and you truly do apply yourself as far as overcoming all of this is concerned, your trust issues, abandonment issues, overthinking ways, fear of intimacy, it will become a thing of the past. But that's if you want it to become a thing of the past. So look at all of the stuff that you're going through as a sign for you to work on yourself and improve. Don't look at it as I'm going through this because this must mean that my intuition is trying to tell me something, because your intuition is not telling you anything negative about about this person. Your trust issues are telling you a bunch of negative things about this person. Your overthinking ways are telling you like a bunch of negative things about, this person. Your fear of abandonment and your fear of intimacy, yeah, it's telling you a bunch of negative shit about this person, but it's not your intuition. It's just these things that you've been struggling with for years. So we can't really sit here and point the finger at them and be like, oh, it's their fault. They're the reason why I feel the way that I feel. It ain't. Because if it was, I would have just told you straight up. But it's not. You know what I mean? So just know that if this was Burger King have it their way, they would want to be here forever with you. All right? So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.